welcome back to the Colevette Experience. We are back in the garage, having a good day. We hope you are too. We're just going to keep going forward and see what trouble we can get into at this point. Drive shaft is out, and now we have to focus on getting the rear main seal of the differential swapped out. And so we don't know, of course, and let's get at it. Nuts. All right, before I get underneath the car, I'm going to show you what the drive shaft looks like. This is it. It's in really good shape. It has two different connections actually. Although they look the same, there's a difference. The caps are important because there are roller pins within the cap that you don't want to fall out, roller bearings I believe. These caps have come off and they were already loose as I loosened that connection back there. And I noticed that there are little roller pins within the cap that came out. I put them back in. The difference between the two sides is that back here is the greasing port, and this is going to be the differential side. And up here there isn't one. I don't know if this is correct or not, but at this point I'm going to investigate if there needs to be anything here. There's some motion in this. This is probably not good, which means maybe there's not even a cap here, but we're going to take this whole thing apart and refurbish it before we put it back in. Now the seal itself on the rear differential is a particular seal. It looks like this. And to take it out, there are specialized tools to help pull it out. Maybe just use a screwdriver. I've seen a lot of different ways to do it on the internet or on YouTube, and I'm gonna try to use this tool. It actually is bent backwards and can be used as a puller, and so we'll start here. Might need some persuasion with the screwdriver to get it loose to be able to get it out, but we'll figure it out. We don't always have the right tools in this channel, but we do understand how to put some stuff together to make it work correctly by design. So let's see here. That's all about that. Let's get underneath the car and see what trouble we can get into. All right. Back underneath the car. Point out where we're going to try to work on today. There we go. All right, so here's the bolt or the nut for this flange, and it is loose. It should not be loose. This flange has to come off after the bolt does, and then I can access the seal and pull it out. Maybe hard, maybe not. We're gonna figure it out. The bolt, of course, is gonna come off easy. This flange usually has some sort of hammer, access for hammering this off. We're gonna have to figure out how to persuade it otherwise. I can't get a puller up here. This is the cross member that is in the way with the C2 Corvette frame, and so it does make it harder to kind of work on these cars as opposed to all the other. It does make it harder to work on these cars opposed to all the cars that I've seen with a rear main seal coming off on YouTube. Some things to point out that I've learned about the rear main seal is that there's a gap here, and it's supposed to be because there's an engineered kind of ledge or lip inside the differential that this is going to meet up with, which is going to give you that gap here. It's also important to note that because I believe you need some sort of sealant inside there to ensure good seal, because it could come through here, and but we'll figure that out. We'll just look at some more YouTube videos as well. So I tried a puller at first. It's not going to come directly out easy, so we're going to start with the persuading screwdriver. We did it. Now I just need to retrieve it. It's fired out of there. Where is it? Wow. It's shot way out to the front of the car. All right. Okay, so I'm extremely happy with where we are. We got the locking nut off, we got the flange off, and we got the original seal out. It took a bit of work. I'd say 36 minutes altogether, not too bad, but it definitely needed some strength and some patience and some persuasion. I used a tuning fork, not a tuning fork, but this is a persuasion fork to get a little more weight to it. I used a heavy hammer. This is probably a good 5 pound. This is a 5 pound hammer. I was able to get some persuasion behind it. And then of course, just a regular screwdriver, flathead to get underneath there. Ultimately enough banging around got it done. And we got the original seal out. Here's the flange, what it looks like. And so this is supposed to be a little harder to get off. In fact, you're supposed to need access to kind of bang that through, and I didn't need it. It pulled right out. And then massive a massive washer, and then the bolt that is the most important bolt. So next steps, a lot of cleaning to do. I need to get underneath there and scrub as much as I can out before I put the new seal back in. Let me know if you want to see how I'm going to clean that up. I think there's a lot of good videos out there on cleaning, and this might be a good one for you to see, but I don't know what I'm going to use yet. I've had some folks tell me what to use, and so in most of the YouTube videos I found for replacing the seal, folks are adding some extra Permatex or build a seal type product, in addition to just the pressure fit that it is. I'm not sure if that's needed. I'm going to consult Chilton, see if they can tell me, and then use the NCRS technical form as well. I'm sure there's plenty of information out there. The next video, I think we're going to focus on restoring the drive shaft and going through those parts and bits to get some lessons learned for us and you folks out there. And then we'll move forward with putting the seal back on. And well, before that, we're going to have to clean up that whole area. I'll follow up with that. But we are definitely one step closer to getting the car back on the road and getting back to the hilltop barn to use that lift to get maybe to the transmission work that I want to get to. So if we didn't know, we definitely found out. Thank you for joining. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. Until next time, have a great day.